Or
I had leave and then TDY, and I don't do checked baggage, especially when I'm traveling for government work, uniforms,
yeah.
and just wasn't fitting. I could not get everything that I needed, and I was like, you know what? I can play from my iPad because I have the app now. It's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, they're because yeah, I don't know why, but it just doesn't work. Yeah. It's a constant complaint everyone has with World. Like, why would you make this app and not have
Yes.
All right. To
That's
make sure, does everyone have dice or access to the Roll20 rolling options before
Yeah.
we begin?
I'm still on roll 20.
but I
Roll 20.
Dice.
Yep, actual dice. We can have someone roll for Chester if.
Oh, please let me roll for Jester. Oh no.
I can roll 20 app. I just can't actually see any like images or maps in there.
You know, it's fine. I know how you roll. I got a 20 on my initiative check. And a 1 for everything else.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Well, then I guess we will begin. So when we last left the party, you went against a couple of rot trolls and a couple of manticores. Flash had to retreat expeditiously due to realizing that the shit was going down. The party was able to take out these combatants, but now are deciding what to do next. Narga, who a couple of you do not know, stepped out of the shadows to assist you during the fight, with thus far no explanation other than the fact that apparently he's got a bunch of flail snails or dryad babies in his pack that he's been using as snacks.
And new powers.
And before the fight began, Memenon, that hag, had showed up and had summoned this weird wind that caused everyone to feel enraged. And Orsa, the werebear shaman that was helping you find where the Beast of Malar is resting and where Memenon was trying to resurrect it, had run after Memenon, but you did all know that you were very close to the cave system that Orsa had said was where we're headed to. Before she had ran off before the fight, she had let the party know that she knew the children were being held there. She knew that Memenon was attempting to use the children to assist in resurrecting or awakening this thing. And she did let you know that there was 2 entrances to this cave system. And that is where we are beginning, is...
And some of us are dead.
Say again?
And some of us are quite half dead.
Yes, you are quite bloodied. I will say that with Narga standing there in the current sunlight, you do see along the very, very tips of his claws kind of like an odd, almost iridescent sheen at the very, very tip. Almost as though he was wearing fey nail polish.
Well, it is the month to be openly fey, so...
It's Fey Pride Month, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Him trying to push pieces of carpet back together again. He has no way of actually mending carpet, but he's just trying to push stuff back together again and hoping that...
Is carpet destroyed? I did not think. I thought it was very hurt, but it's not destroyed.
Oh, carpet is very hurt.
I'm just looking at Narga, like, waiting for him to do something.
Hey, bro.
Hey. Where you been?
Yeah, around.
Man, I wish Shayna was here.
Narga trapped in the darkness for a while. It took a while for Narga to find his way out. He had to perform a few things. It's all good.
I
Fine,
don't know.
Nargo.
You were
You were just
here earlier.
No, that was not Narga.
yes, it was Puppy.
No,
You and
not
Rowan.
Narga.
Yeah, Barrett said you like attacked him, and
Nope, not Narga. Nargo would not attack anyone.
I look over at the bodies.
Narga would not attack it. No, actually, Narga would keep that statement. Narga does not attack anyone he likes.
And then Sim kind of looked at the carpet and looked back at
Narga does not like carpet.
the
But Sim likes carpet, so Narga will hold off on burning of carpet.
But you were the first person at the party that Carpet really bonded with and was willing to hug.
uh,
Ketchup is not making it better for Narga to not burn carpets.
Carpet's already been burned.
So Ketchup does not care if Narga burns. Narga's going to start casting fireball.
It froze across Carpet, who is also burned and singed. Is missing lots of hair.
So Ketchup does care if Narga burns carpet.
Yes, I'm saying Carpet's taken plenty of burn. You ease.
is Catman anywhere to be seen?
So, Flash had managed to get to the edge of the forest when he stopped due to the horde of squirrels that came out of the forest heading towards the party. And so, Flash, as you're standing looking back at the party, during the fight, for your information, about 200 squirrels came running past you and took Spider on their tiny little squirrel backs and tried to carry him off. And
then
his horse
it all.
started attacking the squirrels.
But Narga exploded their brains with his thunder teleport thing.
Yes, he did.
Squirrel crits and
Yeah. So, Flash is nearby, at the tree line, basically.
I probably would have doubled back to watch the squirrel stampede.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you?
Those don't happen every day, so
I have
I'm
a
out and
feeling it's
about to
gonna. I have a feeling it's gonna be more common.
on the brain. Illusion of the giant red dragon has faded now.
Well, that's good. I was worried about that.
I probably lost concentration when I dove in front of Carpet to protect him with my life.
Okay, so Narga, we were gonna stop a hag from eating a bunch of kids and doing something bad with them.
What was she going to do with them?
I don't remember.
Not eat them?
Sim, what was she gonna do? Like
I
summon something better?
Bro said that I had to find some kids, and then I was going to learn a cool new spell from the people who know that Narga stole all their stuff.
Narga steal those stuff. If Narga steals stuff, Narga leaves no witnesses.
And like, Dim's going to use minor illusion to make like stop motion pictures of what he saw in the video version of what he saw, because he can't do the video spell yet, but he can do stop motion versions with minor illusion.
Scott
the
has
extra
no
step and
idea
make
what
it
you're talking
claymation.
All right, so for Scott and for Narga, what Sim shows you is you actually walking into Yasab's office, talking with Yasab with Ro, and as Yasab and Ro leave the office, you walk over to a display case, took everything in the display case, and then got really fascinated with a shadow, and your claws sank into the shadow, and you walked into the shadow and disappeared.
That was your last session here because you were laughing hysterically when you realized they had left all their gear there unattended.
Yep. So
so Narga does know what's
Yeah.
going on.
you've got all of Reggie's old gear.
Okay.
Look, a witness.
Uh, Okay, so Narga did steal some stuff. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We just have to go back and kill those people so they don't know.
After they teach me to spell, because it was pretty cool watching them show me how you stole all their stuff.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a big tidal wave coming to kill them all for you. So
Yes.
Narga's
We
not
should-
entirely sure of that.
go save those kids so we can get out of here.
What kid?
The witches' kids.
Right, which kids?
Grass and says, "Okay, Ron, which way do we go?"
Sim is losing his voice.
Yep, we couldn't quite hear you, Chester.
So Sam looks at Drask and says, "Okay, Ro, which way do we go?"
Does Drask know which way to the cave system?
You all do, because Orsa had actually given you directions as you guys were continuing on, and she took off in the direction that Memenon was going.
Uh-huh.
And you guys do know you were very close to that cavern system.
I'll just point in the direction that we're supposed to go and just start walking that way then.
Okay. Wait a second. We're tore up.
Now, what you
Let's,
guys don't know is where the second entrance was that Orsa had mentioned.
Let's take a little breather here before we go do that, because I'm pretty sure that I'm going to die soon.
And Narga could use a
I thought-
short rest.
Didn't have time.
You broke up a
Yeah,
lot there.
laryngitis.
Yeah, I am having problems hearing Scott and Chester.
You're having problems hearing Scott because Scott keeps on forgetting to talk into his microphone. You're having issues hearing Chester because Chester's on hotel Wi-Fi.
Fair.
So if we can take a short rest.
Hopefully you can hear.
Go ahead.
Now, Sim looks at Ro, aka Drask, and says, "I thought you said there was no time for lollygagging. I could have had lots of lollygagging."
Is Ro around, or...
Ro is around, and she actually might be joining us in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my phone is
She's
buzzing.
apparently
for it. I
trying
didn't
to
want
Discord
tab
and
out 'cause I
drive.
wasn't sure.
Discord and Drive is a horrible idea.
For lots of reasons.
So Ro is here. She and Barrett are both seeing... What would they be doing? I mean, Ro's probably staring at Narga, thinking about the other Knoll she met and comparing the two of them. Barrett is, I would imagine, listening, very amused back and forth between Sim, Narga, and Trask.
Well, I guess we're resting, so people don't die on the way there.
Yeah, I'm going to spend those hit dice.
Okay.
Probably the way to go.
Alright, anyone that needs to roll their hit dice to regain health, do so. Sim, do you need hit dice rolled for you?
No, I can do it.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and roll.
Where'd that go? Sheet. 4. 5. Or a D8, I forget.
Sorry I wasn't here last week.
It's okay. Things come up.
It's mostly that I just completely forgot, and by the time it would have been game time, I was on the Xbox with my friends and well into a handle of whiskey.
That doesn't stop Shayna, so
Whiskey or
All right. So you take a short rest. Certain people who did not need to heal, keeping an eye out for Meme Non or anything else. And after you heal up and patch yourselves up, is there anything you would like to do, or how would you like to proceed?
well, I think Barrett and I should scout ahead a little bit.
All
You
right.
know, be sneaky.
All right, go ahead and roll, and since Barrett is going to help you, roll with advantage.
I don't know why I just rolled a bunch of d8s. Did it show you that on the...
Well, I'm not in roll 20 anymore, so I'm not going
Oh.
to be able to see your rolls. You're going to have to let me know what you actually roll.
Gotcha. So I got a 17.
Okay. So you can easily find the footprints and the path that lead to the cavern system. With a 17, you do see a couple of goat trails going up the mountain. You're not entirely sure if that would be towards the secondary entrance Orsa had talked about or not.
Okay. We'll follow the trail up and poke around a bit.
Okay. So as you
Keep an eye out for guards.
Right. So as you head up that way, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
$22.
Okay. So you are able to stealthily go up there, and you do see a man with kind of reddish hair, wearing leather armor, kind of standing next to a bush, picking at his teeth.
Human man?
Yeah, he looks humanish.
Probably aware something.
Define humanish.
He looks humanish. He's bipedal. He's got red hair, 2 eyes, rounded ears.
Sounds just like a human to me.
Yeah, he's humanish.
I don't know. They can be tricky. Oh, wait. Batman's a ranger, right? Are you sneaky, I assume? Should have probably snuckied with us.
I'm decently sneaky.
Okay. Well, I would assume then that we would snuck up with him.
Okay, all 3 rangers together.
We'll range forward. Range ahead. Other range jokes.
Alright, so how was your stealth roll, James?
16.
Alright, and there.
Correction, 17.
Okay.
This die is poorly made.
Alright, so he doesn't seem to notice you guys.
Where is he standing in relation to the cave?
So it looks like he's standing next to a shrub with kind of reddish leaves and reddish berries.
Who made this?
But from your ranging skills, you would probably all 3 be able to determine fairly rapidly that this shrub is actually covering the entrance, a small entrance.
Okay. What does he seem to be doing?
Other than picking his teeth, he is
Like-
kind of looking out over the valley.
Okay. So, since he seems to be the only guard, how close is this shrub? Oh, this shrub is on the... So we couldn't sneak past him into the cave. He's standing right at the shrub, which is covering the cave.
If we could lure him away from the shrub.
Or we could call the others and ambush him. He might be one of those shape changers.
We could just peg him with arrows from here.
It's true, but then what would the others do? Narga would be disappointed.
Narga is down to only a second level spell slot and like 2 first level spell slots and has no sorcery points left. So Narga is a, shall we say, hanging back and playing it safe for once.
All right. So I am going to go grab a glass of water, and you guys are going to be completely free to talk amongst yourselves of how you want to proceed before I get back.
So, what do you think? Where Tiger?
Who?
Not you. This guard guy.
Ah,
They keep throwing weird things at us.
possibly.
Possibly. You say we send Bear back to get the others, and when they come trapezing up here and distract him with their noisiness, we pelt them with arrows.
I mean, for that reasoning, we could just pelt him with arrows without them alerting him.
Yes,
Well-
Narga is fine with hanging back as far as possible, casting Hex, and just Eldritch blasting the shit out of him.
We've got, what, 3 rangers up here?
True. We can just take him, I mean. Okay, that's the plan. Ready, aim, fire.
Yeah, something like that. First volley fire, second volley fire.
And then back up and repeat.
So we need to have Barrett. Can you do that thing where the plants grab you?
Tingling shot. Except doesn't this require Barrett to actually like hit with his bow?
Well, yeah, that's how ensnaring shot.
Right.
Can you do that?
Barrett never hits bow.
Well, that's true. Well, I don't have anything useful like that. I was just thinking if we shoot and miss, then he's gonna go down the hole, and
I mean, I
can't
can
do your
roll the
adjuster.
attack for him, and we'll say that he casts Ensnaring Strike at his bow. And hopefully, it'll fail the strength save.
Okay, and then we pelt him from there. Just in time.
We have a plan.
You have a plan?
They're gonna
Yes.
pin
Requires
cushion
Barrett
him.
to actually hit something with his bow. So
Okay. So go ahead and let me know what you want to do.
Barrett will go ahead and cast Ensnaring Strike on himself because that's how that works, and then we'll try to make his 2 shots with his bow at this guy.
Okay.
And the other, we're going to shoot as well. So we're doing a surprise attack, bow shots.
So this is technically with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So 13 to hit on the first one,
That one hits.
and 19 to hit on the second one.
Both hit.
My first is a natural 1.
Okay.
You have advantage because it's surprise.
Yep. You used advantage, right?
No,
You
I'm
roll
just
twice.
rolling. Yeah.
So, by the way, 10 points of damage from Barrett, and the whatever this creature is has to make a strength saving throw,
Okay.
DC 14.
All right. For Barrett's bow, does anyone know if his was hit?
No, because usually he uses his axe.
All right. So.
But because of this Ensnaring Strike, they are magical, if it matters.
Right. All right. So 10 points of damage plus.
Well, the first one is. The second one wouldn't be magical because Ensnaring Strike would stop. So it would be 4 points, and then if it has immunity to non-magical weapons, then don't worry about the 6.
All right. So how much was the first one?
4 points.
All right. So the first one sinks in. The second one, while it hits, it doesn't really. It seems to close up. The wound closes up really quick. And strength saving throw?
Yeah.
All right. So that's a +3. And I rolled a 2, so it is ensnared.
So restrained, and it takes an addition 14 points of magical piercing damage.
All right. So as it wraps around him. Everyone else go ahead and roll. You guys already rolled your attacks?
Yeah.
And
18 and 25.
both of those hit?
16 points.
And is your weapon magical?
No,
Alright, so halved.
that's not good.
Okay, and Spider?
Spider got a modified 20
Mhm.
and did 22 magical piercing and 1 fire.
Okay. Alright, so as all of your arrows pierce his flesh, he just go, ah! Ah! And actually screams out. Now I guess everyone needs to roll initiative.
Let's just keep shooting him with arrows.
Yep. 23.
I'm gonna roll Barrett's initiative first, and I'll roll.
24.
Oh yeah.
If it's not +3, I don't know how that worked. So 5 for Barrett.
Okay. How about Sim and Drask?
I got 20.
Okay.
And I got 15 for Narga.
How about you, Sim? Can't hear you. Still can't hear you. 14? 13.
14.
Okay, thank you.
$14.
Thank you. All right, so Flash.
Got you.
Flash, you are actually up next. This guy is still entangled up in those vines, but he is screaming.
I'm just going to try shooting him again.
Okay,
That's going to be a 21
that definitely hits.
and a 15.
Both hit.
Sweet.
Oh no, we've lost Sim.
17 points of damage.
All right, halved, so 9.
Technically 8. You always roll round down.
Okay, thank you. All right, Spider, you are up next.
So I tend to mix up my addition rolls. Do I still have advantage because he hasn't acted, or is that not a thing?
Yeah, so he's no longer surprised, but because he's restrained, you have advantage.
Oh, good. Well, I rolled really, really bad, so I got an 11.
Nope, that one misses.
That's it.
All right. Drask, you would be up next, and I think you and Narga were hanging back with Sim.
Yeah.
About how far back were you? Not to alert the guy.
I'm not sure because I remember waiting at the place where we were resting at, and then they went off to go search around. So I don't.
Like Narga is basically just in range, like just coming up. He's not really anywhere close.
Could you adjust your mic?
Narga is not really anywhere close.
Okay.
He's mildly aware there's a battle going on.
All right, then Drask, you hear someone screaming.
All right.
You think that you are probably, if you ran 12 to 18 seconds, it might take you to get there. It doesn't seem like they traveled too terribly far away, but you're not entirely sure elevation-wise if that might be a factor.
All right. Well, then I'll just I'll use my double move to get over there. See how far I get.
Okay. It is now this person who's restrained's turn, looking at the 3 rangers. and he kind of snarls and then turns his head and screams down that simply that they're here,
Whoops.
and then uses his action to attempt to turn into a tiger. Not entirely sure how the ensnaring strike works with that though. So, but he wouldn't either.
Restrained
called it.
just means that their speed is 0, and we have an advantage in attack. So as long as he's not like moving out of his space, it wouldn't do anything to him.
Okay, so let me action. Yep. All right. So, and it tries to struggle through, but as it shifts into its tiger form, and it looks like its armor and clothes are really uncomfortable at this point, the vines around him still tightly enclose him. So he is now in tiger form, but he is still restrained, and he is snarling. Next up would be Narga.
Narga just like pulls a flail snail out of its pack and just kind of saunters towards the sound of battle.
Okay. Next would be Sim's turn.
So, can you hear me? Is that working any better?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yay! Cool. Sim is going to offer inspiration to Narga. Oh, you're on a delay because you're responding after I spoke.
Yeah, we're on the delay.
Calculating delay.
Yes, we're on the delay.
Did that go through at all?
Hey, are we delayed?
It seems to be about 10 to 15 seconds.
Yes, it went through.
Oh no.
And he's frozen. Like in the
Somebody
best
screenshot this.
picture of Chester ever right now.
This
I'm
is
taking a picture.
permanently on the internet now. Okay.
He just got unfroze.
Oh, it unfroze. I was taking a picture.
All right, so Sim offers inspiration to Narga. Next up would be Barrett. Who I would be guessing is firing again. Are we all delayed?
Oh, I mean, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yep.
Right, would
I
someone...
don't think we're on a delay.
Okay, would someone roll Barrett's attacks?
Can someone give James inspiration, please?
Yeah, I'll roll his attacks. Give me a second. First attack would be a 16. Second attack would be a 24.
Both hit.
Wait, it's a were-tiger, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, can I change that? And because that would ruin his concentration.
Make him go melee.
Yeah, but then the were-tiger can kill Barrett. Yeah, he'll go ahead and still attack. Nine and 8, so 17 halved to 6.
Well,
Sorry, 7.
I read it wrong. It's damage immunity, which I did
Yeah.
right the first time and then wrong the second time.
So damage immunity, so that's what I thought. Nothing happens.
Yep. It hits him, but his wounds close up really quickly despite the arrow piercing through his shoulder. Doesn't seem to really faze him at all. And after Barrett's turn, from inside where you can... Actually, both entrances, you actually hear the sounds of children suddenly screaming. Can't really make out what they're saying, but there is panic inside the cavern itself.
Well, we're too late.
Well, let's go back.
Nothing we can do for him now.
Okay. Flash, you are up next. Oh dear.
Barrett's in melee with him, right?
No.
No.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
No, well then I shoot him again. 12 and 20?
Okay, both hit. Now remind me, is your weapon magical?
No.
Okay. So, despite the fact that they hit, his wounds close up immediately after your arrows slice into him.
That's right, were-tiger.
Alright, Spider, you are up next.
Okay, so I hit him with a 24,
That definitely hits.
and I did 25 magical piercing and 2 fire.
Okay. He is looking very rough from all of Spider's fire and magical arrows. He is still alive, though, and is still snarling. Drask, you are up.
Can I get to him in 30 feet?
You can get pretty close to where Flash and Barrett are, but you won't be able to quite get up to the tiger.
All right, then I'll just move up to where they are, and I'm going to bonus action and turn my sword on fire,
Okay.
and then see what happens from here.
Cool. It is now the were-tiger's turn, and he is going to try to break out of Barrett's entanglement, which is another...
That's a bad idea. I don't think you should do that.
It's an action. It's his actual action to break free of it.
Yeah, do I have to roll again against it?
Yep. Strength check.
That's what I thought. I rolled a natural 1. The tiger actually trips over its own paws.
Somehow it's more entangled by the vines.
Yeah. The dice really hate me sometimes. Narga, you are up next.
Narga is hearing these screams is actually going to move with some sense of urgency now, and will walk forward and say, only Narga is able to eat children," and he will Eldritch Blast the were-tiger.
Okay.
Hello?
Actually, Narga will go ahead and bonus action cast Hex first.
Okay. Hex and then...
And then Eldritch Blast.
I think I could almost hear Shayna in my headset.
You
I
could.
think so too. Did she say hello?
Yes.
Shoot. Oh, that actually reminded me for some reason. On mobile, sometimes if you just use voice instead of video, you actually get a much better connection.
Natural 20 on the first one, and with advantage 18 on the second one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just roll them all together.
Okay.
So 26 points of force damage to the guy.
Okay. He is looking really rough. His fur is burning away. Well, not burning away, blasted away. Chunks of him has actually kind of like vumped off of him. He is still alive, but he is looking very, very rough.
All right. That is Narga's turn. He now has one first level spell slot and one second level spell slot.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. My Facebook is blowing up.
Sorry, that's me.
All right. So that was Narga. Next up would be Sim. I think Chester is trying the voice only, but it seems like Discord is still not letting us hear them very well. So I'm hoping he will type into Messenger what he wants to do.
Echo, would you like a beer?
Say again?
Would you like a beer?
Me?
Yeah, you. No, I'm offering Travis and Chris, and I'm going to teleport them beers.
Yeah, I could deal with the beer.
All right.
I could go for teleported
If we're going
beer.
to be slightly bad and have a beer each, then yes, I would love a beer.
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
As long as everyone else is doing it.
Right.
We have a beer fridge at work. It's not that cool.
Okay, so Shayna, thus far, what you have missed, Narga has come back from the shadows, wherever that had taken him. He is still snacking on the flail snail shells occasionally out of his pack. The party has chosen to take a short rest, so if you need to heal, go ahead and heal. And they are trying to go after the children. They chose to send the rangers ahead to do some scouting. They found the secondary entrance to the cavern system that Memnon had gone into, that she's trying to resurrect or awaken the beast of Malar. And they have found that same were-tiger that got away in the previous cavern. And they are beating the shit out of him, despite the fact that most of the party doesn't have magical weapons. But Spider is doing an amazing job whittling away, and Narga has just done a lot of damage to...
It's actually thanks to Barrett.
And it is thanks to Barrett, because Barrett entangled him.
Enabling me to sneak attack.
Yes. Doing all kinds of amazingness. So that's where we're at right now.
Inspiration.
I could kind of hear Chester that time.
Damn it.
Chester complained about bardic inspiration.
Ah, yes.
He doesn't think his bard's very inspiring, and he wanted to know if he could play a barbarian next.
Okay. So, Sim, you are actually up next.
I will continue inspiring.
That time I could completely hear you. Are you inspiring Narga, Ro, or someone else?
I actually this time I will try and inspire.
I don't believe there's a Spartacus. I'm pretty sure I heard that wrong.
Spidercus.
No, I am Spider-Kiss. Doesn't work if we don't all do it, guys. Come on.
Awkward.
Sorry, I was playing with my headphones. I did not hear the call for saying I am.
Nope, that still didn't seem to really be facing the right direction.
No, I know. I was literally tangled in my own headset.
Okay. So Sim is inspiring Spartacus.
Does anyone actually know what Sim's inspiration dice is right now? Is it a D6 or a D8?
It should be a
D8.
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 Okay.
Alright. Cool.
Well, Shane is muted right now, but she's on.
Yep, but she is messaging me, letting me know kind of what she wants to do.
Okay.
Alright, next would be Barrett. Which I don't know exactly what he wants to do because he doesn't have a magical weapon and the tiger is still restrained with his spell.
Okay.
Use the hat. Use the hat.
Yes, actually, Barrett will... Why am I doing Narga's voice? Barrett is going to walk up... Now, you said the were-tiger is looking extremely rough, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to pull out his magical hand axes and is also going to... So he's going to make... Well, actually, does the Mimic Hat count as a light weapon?
Yes, it would count as a light weapon. However, it is alive. So, and Barrett.
Yeah, but
So
No,
improvise.
no, I got it. You've got something planned. It's going to be interesting. Go for it. Tell us what you want to do.
he's gonna walk up to the were tiger, and so he has a magical hand. He has one magical hand axe and then a mundane hand axe. So he's going to put the mundane hand axe away, take off of his hat, and he's going to make his 3 strikes:
Okay.
2 with the hand axe, 1 with the mimic hat.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay, these first 2, well, with advantage because the thing's still restrained. So a 20 and a 13 with the hand axe, and then with the mimic hat, a 15.
Yep, all 3 hit.
Okay, so let me do the hand axe damage first.
So it only had 10 hit points left. I'm pretty sure, unless you roll straight ones.
This is me playing Barrett, so it's always
Yeah. All right, roll.
so 16. But I want to. How much damage does a mimic hat do?
So here's the thing: with it being a hat, it normally wouldn't do a whole lot of damage. It's kind of floppy, but it is a mimic. So as soon as it hits that weretiger, all of it's going to transform into its pseudopod form, which is going to cause several of its own tiny feathers to go flying up into the air.
Well, like technically, the hand axe fells him, so it's going to be actually Barrett going like chop, chop, and then he takes his hand axe as kind of like a bow and just like places the mimic on the body to eat it.
Okay, and yeah, the mimic begins just devouring this weretiger. Everyone else sees little bits of feathers fly up. Flash, you actually see one kind of like float towards you and land on your shoulder.
Huh.
Any of the By the way, Steph definitely approves of your choices. Any of the feathers that are drifting towards Ro, she starts freaking out and actually completely dodges them. And Barrett tells the hat it's a good boy and actually starts petting the mimic as the mimic is beginning to devour this weretiger.
Okay, so that's awesome. Narga, as soon as it's his turn, will use his last 2nd level spell slot, cast darkness on his own claws, and rush into the cavern system. You want to describe that when it comes?
Okay, absolutely. So when Ro would normally be up next, she is going to try to start looking into the cavern. You guys are still in initiative, so it'll be... But you're still outside of it, and it looks like Narga is going to come rushing in. So before Narga rushes in, before we get to his turn, is there anything the rest of you guys would want to do? Flash, Spider, or Drask?
Yeah, I'm going to the tunnel.
Okay.
I'm making my way towards the tunnel, retrieve my arrows, and I'm just kind of inspecting the little feather I now have.
Yeah, going towards the tunnel.
All right. It seems like a very beautiful, golden, shiny feather.
Cool.
All right.
Tuck it away in some pouch or something.
So, as everyone else begins walking towards the tunnel, Narga's claws create this shroud of darkness around him. And as he runs past you, your vision completely goes blank, like completely black, while you're in this sphere of darkness.
Except for one thing about Narga's particular darkness spell.
Could you, continue?
So normally when you get enveloped by darkness, even with dark vision, you can't see anything. Except at the very center of this darkness spell, you actually see 2 red dots that are piercing through the darkness, like with like trails because of how dark it is, moving through.
All right, did everyone get that? So the only thing you see as this ball of Narga darkness envelops you is the trails of his glowing red eyes.
Well, I assume those are on and off buttons.
That's going to be interesting. All right. Narga, because you would temporarily disrupt everyone else's vision, you're going to see the inside of the cavern first.
Mhm.
You are up on a ledge. There is a magical circle at the bottom with three children in a triangle around the outside of the circle. Two of them already have their throats slit and their blood has dripped into the circle. The circle itself is glowing a dull greenish color.
Mhm.
And there are 3 crates that seem to have children in them. Three crates that seem to have children in them on not the far side of the cavern, but actually almost directly below your ledge. And Sim and Carpet actually come flying in after the rest of you, and he is actually mocking this tiger as he flies past it. That, too bad you don't have any boulders this time, ha, as he flies past. So, everyone else, as you come up to the ledge, so long as you stay out of Narga's sphere of darkness, Ro will actually whisper to you, the crates are definitely trapped, and be careful.
By the way, Narga probably didn't hear that because he's kind of mindless right now, so he is running straight for the crates and the children.
Okay.
He's basically going to try to envelop all the crates and the children with his darkness.
Okay. Everyone else on the far side of the cavern, you do see Memenon and Orsa actually fighting again. So a big kind of 12-foot hag with a really long claws, stringy hair, and Orsa in her werebear form is attempting to rip her throat out.
How far are they from the ledge?
They are 40 to 50 feet away, 50 feet away from the ledge. And
Okay.
then it would be Flash first.
Okay, so the crates with the children are trapped. Narga's making his way to the crates. Bear Lady and the evil hag are fighting right next to a cliff.
Yeah, so they're 50 feet from the cliff. You guys are actually on kind of like a ledge. So it's not really a cliff. It's a ledge that has a ramp going down. In the center of this cavern, there is a circle of runes with kids, 3 of them in like a triangle along the edge of this pattern, with 2 of them having their throats already cut. And the one next to where Orsa the werebear and the hag are fighting is still alive, but is screaming, as are all the children in the 3 crates.
I start making a dash towards the kid that is still alive.
Okay. Are you using your tabaxi speed?
Yes.
Okay, then you are going to be able to get all the way up to that kid.
I'm then going to grab the kid, tossing him underneath my arm like a sack of potatoes, and start making my way back out of the cave.
Okay, as you go to pick him up, you do see that his wrists actually have pittons going through, like, chains, and are forced into the ground. So he is actually...
That sucks.
So part of the reason he's screaming is because he can't actually get away from this terrifying werebear and hag who he saw just kill 2 other kids.
I draw my short sword and hack his hands off below the pittons.
Efficient. I like it.
Yeah, no, that's efficient, and this is a small... Go ahead and roll 1 attack for me, just to see how effective you are.
It's a natural 1.
Alright, so...
The dice gods don't want this.
Apparently, the gods want to
Flash.
kill him.
So you try to cut
Savior of the
just below the
universe.
wrist where these chains are, and instead you hit the chain, and it kind of rips into the kid's skin a little bit, and he screams some more. So he is still stuck. Next is Spider.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Um, so spiders at the ledge, and that means the target is 60 feet away, right? The hag.
Roughly 50 to 60 feet away, yes.
To clarify, not the children that I was going to shoot, just the hag.
Yes.
All right. I am going to loose a shot from the ledge, and how far down is the ledge?
The ledge is only about 15 feet.
And I will hop down and make the rest of my movement that direction.
Okay. You do
So
hear Ro call out as you're moving forward. Can we knock the kid out, just tear the chains out, and I heal him as untraumatically as possible? Alright, so you jump down. You've got your bow out.
I got an 18 to hit the hag.
Yep, 18 should hit.
Okay. I did 21 magical piercing with 5 fire.
Okay. She kind of grunts as that pierces into her, and she is definitely distracted in this moment.
How much closer can I get to the brawl up there?
Okay, so you just hopped down, so you didn't really use a whole lot of your speed. You can still get about 15, 20 feet in, so you would
Okay.
be
Well, my
about...
speed's 35, so I'll do that. I'll move up closer.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Drask, you would be up next.
And we had to hop down.
Well, there is like a ramp going off to one side. The ramp itself is another 15 feet, so you don't have to like jump if you don't want to, but the ramp does go off to the right.
All right. I am going to try to head towards the hag as quickly as possible using. How far is she away?
So she is 50 feet from the ledge.
Uh-huh.
The ledge is 15 feet tall.
All right. Yeah, I'll hop down
Okay.
and use the rest of my movement and then double move to get closer.
Okay, so you should be able to get right up to her and the werebear then.
All right.
Okay. Now... it is going to be Narga's turn.
So Narga gets close to the kids. What's closer, the crates with the kids in, or the like weird effigy with the 2 kids with their throats cut and the one alive?
Well, the kids in the crates are almost directly, not quite directly below where you guys were standing, but they're right next to where this ledge is. So that just slightly off to like the right-hand side from where you guys were. So the kids in the crates are actually closer.
Okay, how far could I get to the kid that's on the effigy this turn and still have an action?
Yes, you could, because one of the kids that is on this effigy, on this pattern, is... because it's like a circle in the center. So one of the kids is maybe 5-10 feet from where the fight on the other side is. The other kid is about 30 feet from him, and the one down below is 30 feet. So you should be able to get to that kid at the bottom, next to kind of where the ledge is, with the crate children kind of like over in this area.
Okay. I'm gonna run to the kid. How is the kid? Does it have they have? Do they have pittons in their hands as well, holding them up, or are they just chained to the thing?
So they've got chains around the wrist, and they've got a pitton through the chains.
Okay. Crap. Um. Yeah, Narga's going to basically. So, any clarification? So the pitten is through them, or the pitten is holding the chains to the wall?
The Pitten is holding the chains into the ground.
Okay.
They are actually laying on the ground on top of this circle.
But so it's just their hands are chained, right?
Right.
Okay. So Narga's going to run up there, um, grab the kid by the hands, which I'm assuming is a human child, so my paws are significantly bigger than its hands.
Okay, I will say this. You do realize this particular kid is one of the ones with the throat cut, right?
Oh, I thought this was the living one.
Nope, the living one is over by where Drask and Flash have gone. Flash is actually right next to the living one.
Oh, okay. So then I would actually go to the crates. Sorry, I was confused.
It's okay.
So I'll go to the crates. I haven't heard the warning about the crates being trapped, and Narga's just going to. I knew you're scared. Use that fear. Get out of here as soon as I release you. And he's going to open the first crate.
Okay. Give me a dexterity saving throw. No, I'm kidding. The crates aren't trapped. That was Ro actually thinking that. So,
Okay.
how do you want to open the crate?
As like loudly as possible.
Okay.
Like he doesn't care. He's not being subtle. He wants them out of here, and he figures him being like glowy eye and them not being able to see anything should make them scared enough to just run.
Oh yeah, they're pretty scary.
Don't worry about your friends. Just get out of here. Live for another day. Avenge them.
Go ahead and give me a strength check. And remember, you've got Reggie's braces.
Yeah. Okay. So I have advantage on this because of the eraser. So 20.
Yep. Okay, so you rip the front of this cage open. The children inside are screaming and crying a bit, but as soon as it opens, they start trying to run out of the cave. There's about 3, it looks like, in each crate.
They'll never make it. The Catman's too close to them.
They can. No one can see the kids. Only Narga
Yep.
can see the kids right now.
Next would be Sim. Who was flying in on carpet. Ooh, wait. Oh, yes, let us see. Sim says, "That's right, children. Flee into the wilderness and wander lost until the tidal wave kills you all."
Oh.
At which point the eyes would actually like stare straight at Ketchup. Shut up, Ketchup.
I'm not actually sure if Chester meant that to be what Sim said, or if he was just making a Chester joke. Yeah, that was an out of character conversation, I'm sorry. So, Sim, I'm not quite sure what Sim would like to do. So, while Chester thinks about that, it would be Barrett's turn, and Steph has said that he would do what Flash was attempting to do.
He has a +6 if somebody wants to make that roll to cut off the kid's hands so he can
Chop off
escape.
baby hands.
Yep. Who wants to make the cut off the children's hands?
He has 2 attacks too, so
Yep.
Oh, I'll do it.
technically he has 3 attacks because he now doesn't have to use his mimic hat. He can actually use all of his. He can use his 2-weapon fighting.
So he rolled a 4 plus 6 is 10.
That'll hit his.
Is that a hand?
Yeah, that's a hand.
What else should I roll for him?
Roll. Is that just one hand or is the kid
Oh,
now
he's going
3?
both hands. My bad. Second hand, a 9.
You actually have.
That would be a 15.
Yep, you've got
Oh, yeah,
inspiration,
sorry.
so that would be a 15. And The kid is screaming. He is now free and bleeding from the stumps of his tiny hands.
But he's free,
He is free.
and we can fix his hands later. So long as he doesn't bleed out.
I'm sure he won't remember this.
As the blood seeps into the circle, it is starting to grow in illumination.
Oh no.
Except my darkness is like preventing part of it from
Yeah.
grow
The
illumination.
area around Narga is still anything they can see is still those red glowing eyes, but the circle is glowing and the light is actually shining up towards the ceiling, and you could hear from inside the circle this growling roar. Which now brings us up to Ro.
Who would probably say, heal the kid.
Yep, she is healing the kid. So the kid's... Yep. The bleeding stops on the kid's wrists. He is still crying and trying to kneel up to a sitting and then standing position. And it looks like he's going to try to run out the cave. And Ro also hands him, or wrists him, a not laced with pot treat.
It's opioids for the pain.
Right.
Yep.
If they get some narco.
Only in the sun puppies do we have to
How is he
constantly
gonna
make
hold
sure
it? Is he,
we
like holding it
specify
between his two bloody stumps?
All right. During all of this, you do see Sim up on his carpet. He has his rock phone up to his head, and he seems to be talking with someone. He inspired Barrett. I did actually catch that part. And yeah, that's going to be interesting.
That's good to hear.
Oh wait, no. Barrett also gives the kid a laced with pot treat as an apology. And now they're arguing back and forth. It is now Memenon's turn, and she
Shayna
starts...
Go ahead.
So Memenon starts laughing, and she says, "Mes amis, thank you." And she touches Orsa, and both of them disappear.
Well, dang it.
Bullshit.
Oh, don't worry. The fight's not over yet.
Yeah, I know. I was in there thinking, I'm like, there's going to be blood. This looks like a blood sacrifice, and people are trying to lop off this kid's hands. I'm not going to say anything, but I feel like
I was hoping it was like a certain amount of blood.
I feel like
it
it's like that.
Most of the time, blood sacrifices, it requires they cut the throat. I figured there was, like
had to be
death
arterial
involved.
or something. Oh shit, the hands. That is arterial. Anyway,
Quick, someone prestidigitate that messed up.
maybe if we can dilute it enough,
Technically,
everybody
the circle
piss in the
isn't
circle.
complete. The darkness bubble is preventing the circle from actually being complete.
Maybe.
Flash, you are up next.
I take out my water skin and begin pouring it in the circle, hoping to dilute the blood.
All right, give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, that's something I'm trained in. That's an 18.
Wow.
All right, so you realize that while you can dilute the blood, enough of it has seeped into the soil around where these kids were murdered.
Is this just dirt?
It's like sand, so the blood would seep down in it. The circle was kind of drawn in the dirt with...
Oh, I just start kicking the shit out of the circle then, fucking it all up.
All right.
Go over there and do a tap dance on top of it.
Alright, so it is still glowing, and now you've got your Tabaxi companion tap dancing in the bloody sand.
River dancing.
Yep, river dancing. This is a great mental image.
Oh, great. Now we're going to summon the demon of the dance. And then we will have Sun Puppies, the musical episode.
Look,
Next time.
Demon of the Dance shows up, we just have a dance-off.
So
Boogie Beelzebub. Easily
Sim
dealt with.
actually starts playing a jaunty tune on one of his instruments.
Trolls are pretty good at breakdancing,
Yeah.
I'm told.
So Spider, it is your turn next.
Yeah, these people are crazy. I was going to stop and pee on the circle, but I'm actually going to run out of the cave looking for some clue as to where the combatants went. Out the front entrance, not the back.
The combatants or the kids?
The combatants.
Okay, so doesn't seem to be any sign of that big hag or the werebear out the cave entrance, but you can see the kids, and there seems to be a very beautiful, the most elfiest of elf women possible, wearing a crown of thorny vines, and she's talking to them.
Her name is Princess Elfie McElface.
Is this outside?
This is outside, about 30 feet away from the entrance.
Okay.
She wants to know why one of the kids is missing his hands.
We found him like that.
So, as you are seeing her, she actually reaches her hands forward, talking to this kid who had lost his hands, and is holding the not pot-laced treat. And she gently takes the treat, touches his hands, and his hands regrow. And then she hands him the treat back.
Okay.
Because he already ate the pot-laced one, right?
Supposedly, Ro is the only one that has the pot-laced treats because she created them, but it is...
I don't believe her.
Okay.
Disbelief.
I mean, Narga could have given the kid one of his mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Spider probably rushes out there with his bow ready and sees what's going on and lowers the bow a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, hi. Who are you?
She waves. She says, "I'm the enchantress." And then she
Princess Elfie McElface.
And then she shepherds these children into what looks like a golden, sparkly, shimmery rift.
Oh, wait a second. I know this enchantress, don't I?
So she leads the children into a glow, sparkly rip that she has created in between this world and the Feywild, and they step through. Which brings us to Drask.
God damn it. I had all these plans. Now they're dashed. So I guess I'm going to try to destroy the circle with my sword. Just start swiping at it.
No one's going to believe me when I tell them what happened.
Just one thing. Sim, do you actually call that out? No, actually you guys wouldn't see that. Never mind. We'll get to that in a moment. Drask, what would you like to do?
What am I doing? I'm trying to destroy the circle.
Right. You are trying.
If nobody's telling me about the tidal wave, I'm destroying the circle.
All right. Narga, you are up next.
So Narga has between his own background and where he's been for the past few weeks. Does he think this might be in a portal somewhere opening up?
Yes.
Has it opened up for two-way travel yet? Is it big enough?
Doesn't seem to.
Does it look like it?
It does seem to be kind of flickering as your companions are kicking the blood around, but it flickers and then flares and flickers and flares.
Okay, Narga is going to try to time it with one of the flares and grab his two companions and himself and hurl him in through the portal to escape.
The one that is opening in the cavern or the one outside?
Yeah, somebody just yelled, "Hey, there's a portal there." Narga's really stupid, and he doesn't know about the one outside. Okay. He heard tidal wave.
All right. So it isn't open enough yet for you to try jumping in. So you can try grabbing your two companions as the two crates of children behind you are still freaking out, and try to jump into it. You just kind of land in.
Okay, so remember, because it's not open enough yet.
Right.
Narga is going to open the next crate and say, and he's going to drop the darkness. He's just going to drop his concentration. He's like, Come on, children, follow me. And he's gonna open up the next crate and wait for the portal to open.
Holy shit. Okay. All right. We now come up to Sim.
So he has this mess of children waiting for a portal to probably hell open up so that he can jump.
Okay, so Sim has called out that do we need to escape the tidal wave? Escape route right there. And Sim actually yells out for everyone to flee into the portal to Fae.
Yeah, but the three of us in the cave don't know that there's a portal to Fae
So
outside.
Sim is
Yeah, we don't know this.
Sim is still in the cave, and he is actually pointing out the entrance because the enchantress did talk to him in the stone, letting him know that she was going to be right outside to collect anyone coming out. So Sim is actually trying to get Narga's and everyone's attention and go through the portal to Fae, and is pointing outside the cave. So
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything else Sim wants to do outside of that, but he is explaining. Sim is explaining that he has made a deal with the Enchantress. He has a route for you out. This portal inside the cave is not the correct portal. The one outside is the one that we will have a better chance of survival.
Okay. Let's see how
And
Narga
he
reacts
is
on
going
his
to
turn.
attempt to guide you there and usher you in.
What about the children?
So the children next to you, are you asking Sim this?
Well, no, we still have one more crate of children.
Yes. Sim is trying to usher you guys out. There's still a crate of children. The children, unless Narga stops them, will try to...
Narga's not going to stop anybody.
Okay. So let me ask you this, guys. Is anyone still going to be trying to break through the circle? Is anyone else going to try to... Actually, I guess Ro would help Narga with the last crate. And if anyone is still trying to do the circle, he is going to use his Glamour Bard ability to try to charm you to get you out of the cave.
No, if he's saying that there's a way out, I'm
There's
leaving.
a better portal. Yeah, we'll take it. We just
Yeah.
Yeah, Ro is actually going to assist Narga in getting the last crate open.
Okay.
So you'll all be able to leave as soon as Narga's darkness leaves that section of the circle.
Narga already dropped constant.
Okay, then as it is, the circle does seem to strengthen and glow, but it does seem like your companion's messing up the circle and scattering the blood about, not allowing it to be right where the runes are or where the rune stones are, has kind of like stalled it halfway.
Okay.
What was that?
Okay. Yeah. The only thing Narga would do at the very end of it would be he would take the last of his mushrooms and throw it into the wherever that portal is at the very end. And probably a few flail snails.
Okay.
It's all the same bag, so. The mushrooms like feed the flails.
Okay. Mushroom flavored flail snails. You got it. Alright, note taken. The rest of you, everyone else goes out and jumps through the shimmering portal.
Yep.
Totally did not expect that today. So, unfortunately, because I'm going to have to prep, what you do see as all of you walk through with these 13 children is this beautiful, somewhat elvish woman, actually a fae woman, more beautiful than you could ever possibly imagine for anybody of a species or inclination to find the elvish form beautiful. She is
Looks
gorgeous.
like food.
And she is welcoming those children and has the most beautiful smile and is looking at Sim almost as though she is more pleased than she had ever imagined she could be. And she turns to all of you as the portal closes behind your last party member. It says, "Welcome to the Feywild. I do believe that we should have a feast in your honor."
All right, Princess Elfie McElfface. Is there going to be meat there? These children are all skin and bones. The hag obviously does not know how to fatten the meal.
Okay. For the moment, that is where I'm going to have to stop. I love where this is going, but it's gotten complicated, and I'm going to need a little bit of prep time before I can continue.
Oh, you didn't anticipate the party jumping through a portal
Oh
from
no!
a possible enemy into a completely higher level area?
Oh,
Be
I
fine.
had thought that might have been a possibility at some point.
Hey, at least they didn't. A bunch of level 6s didn't just randomly jump into the abyss. That would be just weird.
Oh no, I was also anticipating that one. I just wasn't entirely sure which way you guys would go, or if you would find another way out, or if you would find another portal, because there are other portals in this area. So, me needing to prepare is because I wasn't sure which way you were gonna go,
No,
and I didn't want to.
Gotcha.
I didn't want to prep too much in the wrong area.
I know. I was just giving you, yeah.
Yeah, I know. You
referencing
like giving me
previous
shit.
game.
Okay, I am going to stop the stream.
Okay.
Thank you,
I am
everyone.
going
I at least
to-
had a blast today. I hope you guys
It was
did
fun.
as well.
I'm gonna log off
Had
because
fun.
it is really warm in here,
Yes, it is.
which is why I'm probably gonna have another beer simply because it's the only cool thing we have in the house.
Other than water
Yeah.
and ice.